about to say yes if you ask me on a date.
So I don't know if it's too fast or whatever, but we kind of know each other forever, so you down to hang out?
Why not?
All right, cool. What's your address?
You just seem to have one single thing in mind.
Hey everyone, you just came back from watching Leomary's film, and here she is right over here next to me.
Hello.
Good. All right, Leomary, tell me about yourself.
My name is Leomary Rodriguez. The genre that we have was horror, and the name of my film is Night Call, and our team is the Brady Bunch.
Yes. So that film was crazy because there was so many things I was not expecting. It was really good. Loved it.
Thank you. I
Yes.
appreciate it.
So yes, crazy. I loved it. It was like full of twists and turns. Like it was just so unexpected. So with that, what was the inspiration for the story?
Sure. So we started out with having Sanji actually came up with like the skeleton of it. We had wanted to have some sort of FBI spying scenario. No matter the genre, we were like, I think this is what we want to go for because it could go into so many different directions. And then that snowballed into having some like current events ish within the story, and we had Denai, who was fleshing out the story as we were shooting the scene. So that's how it came to be. We actually had a snag where the last couple of scenes were deleted while we were shooting. So we had to come up with that again. And the inspiration was essentially that spying, espionage, and mixing that with horror and bringing the horror in with some sort of twist at the end.
Yes, a previous team had that same issue where they filmed everything and then the whole thing got deleted. So they had to refilm the entire film again. It's
Oh,
crazy.
so I
Yeah,
mean,
felt for them. So if you don't mind me asking, what was the issue when it came to that last scene?
no, sure. So the last couple of scenes, we were using this program, one of the suggested programs, and my computer died, my laptop died, and we weren't saving as we were writing. So that ended up happening. We kind of, Danae had to keep it cool and say, um nothing is happening, etc., just keep shooting. But while that disaster was going on, she was actually completing the scene from memory as much as she could.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you guys kept your cool and kept pushing on. I think that's probably the best thing you can do in a 40-hour film challenge,
Yeah,
right?
no going back.
Up and you guys made it through, so that's all that matters. And you came out with a really dope film.
Thank you.
So we had another question. One of our team members wanted to know, why did you make um the villain a cop?
So it goes back to the idea of having him be an FBI agent. So we kind of like dissolved that, and we're like, let's make him into a cop instead, just to make it more accessible and a less flushed out story since it's a short film. I feel like if we had a longer film with like more character development, then an FBI person would have been more appropriate. But NYPD, with everything that's going on, it's more accessible. And if we were to make this a longer film in the future, then we could character develop the villain in that way.
Yes, that was something I really liked about your story. I was like, I wanted to know even more about these characters, especially the villain. I'm like, wow, he was mad. Yes. So how much fun was it to film? And what was it like acting with people that you usually hang out with on I wouldn't say on the daily, but like, people that you just know that you hang out with?
Yeah, sure. So it was super fun. I feel like this was really necessary. The DP and editor was somebody that I had wanted to work with for years. We have been following each other on social media for a really long time, and he was a EDM DJ, and then eventually I saw his work recently, and I was like, oh, you do this now? This is great. So that was cool. And my brother, obviously, I know him my whole life, so I thought he was at the point of his life where he like just doesn't care about judgment. So I think you need that type of aspect to your personality to be an actor. So I was like, let me reach out to him to see if he's down, and he was with it. And Sanji, I hang out with her on a regular basis. And I feel like they have that same thing where it's like judgment free. I'm just gonna be, I'm open. Um, so that was super fun. It was fun meeting new people too. Denai was amazing at pulling the acting out of the actors, and Gabby was also fantastic at like just being like, yes, what do you need, etc. And my partner Gio, who was also extremely supportive, allowing us to use this space to shoot. It was super fun.
Yes, I could see like the good teamwork behind it while watching it. Like it just flowed really, really well. And I really enjoyed that. So another question. Was the film, was it hard to film, especially with practicing COVID safety?
Yeah, so one of the things that I tried to do was make the team, at least for the most part, be people that I had already been seeing, social distancing seeing outside. So for the most part, I would say 80% of the team was that. And then the remaining three individuals were people that I hadn't seen, but at the same time, we had discussed like our concerns, shoes off, etc., gloves, masks, etc. So it was difficult to do because even though this space is big, it wasn't. I feel it wasn't outdoors, so it's not like you could have more flexibility with the space. So we did the best that we could, and we're still here. We're still here. So
Yes, facts, facts. And one last question. What was your favorite part of the whole process, or what was your favorite thing to film, or like just what was your favorite in general?
my favorite stuff is like the lighting. So I'm not a strong writer, so I'm hanging out with Gabby and Ariel, the DP and the production assistant. So I'm in that type of direction. So that's seeing the end product and like where it could go if we wanted to flush it out more. That's my favorite part of the whole process.
Awesome. Love to hear it. And I'm glad y'all had so much fun making this film. I had a lot of fun watching it as well. I was also cringing a lot in a good way because I'm very squeamish around like violence like that. But it's all good. I loved it at the end of the day. And I appreciate your time. I appreciate you and your team and all the work that you put into this film challenge. And thank you for joining us. Is there anything else that you would want to say before we sign off?
Thank you so much for having us and for making this happen, especially in the Bronx. And I also want to thank my team. I'm the type of person that is used to getting a lot of no's, 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 a lot of rejections. And for everybody that I reached out to say yes from the jump without question and trusting that we could flush out a story as a team, that meant a lot to me and it motivated me. So thank you to them as well. So yeah, that's all I got.
Yes, thank you so much. I hope we see you again next year.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'll be there. I think I'll be there.
Yes, I hope so. But anyway, thank you again. We'll be moving on to watching the next films. Yeah, thank you. And I'll be soon.
Thank you. Bye.